morning, everybody. How are you? The devilishly handsome Ian Dixon. Good morning, sir.
Shut up, for fuck's sake. Jesus.
Good morning, everybody. I'm in bed, and I'm not intentionally in bed. I'm not being lazy in bed. I'm working from my bed this morning because we've got the painters and decorators in. And where the studio is normally, which is over in the corner of the room, is being papered today. So this was done yesterday, the sort of rainforest situation. And then I wonder if I can show you. I'll have to show you that. It's not going to be very good. But then over here is where the studio is. So this is all going to be like a bare brick situation with loads of really cool art on it. There's a living wall over there. We've got some new furniture going on. It's looking good. One of the things that I haven't done since we moved in the house, even though the house is lovely, it's a really blank canvas. We've not done anything to kind of make it ours and kind of put a stamp on it. And we decided that this summer that's what we would treat ourselves to. So maybe as opposed to a big holiday, we'd actually get the decorators in. We'd make the place feel more like ours. Now that the house is settled, because it was a new build when we bought it, we'd start to make it feel a little bit like ours. And our bedroom has been a bit of a nemesis. Well, I think it's always been a bit of a nemesis, because either it's never been our forever home, or we've been waiting to do something with it and so never really loved on it or bought the furniture that we wanted to get for it, which now we are doing. So one of the things on like my vision board is that I want a bedroom that feels really zen, even though like we have office space in here and we've got like the kind of the studio in here. I want it to feel like we're on holiday. I want it to feel like we're in a nice gaff. And I feel like it's just starting to come together, which is really nice. So how are you lot? Come on in. Come and get a cuddle. I'm loving being at work, but hating missing you live. So super excited to be here live today. Hello, Amy Blaney. How are you? Charlotte Clark's watching along. Let me know if you are watching along this morning. It is Wise Up Wednesday, reflecting at the half point of the year. Today is the 21st of June, which is the longest day of the year. You can hear a puffing and a huffing in the background. I'm actually joined today.
No, you're not.
I'm actually joined today by Wallace. Good morning, Wallace. Who doesn't feel camera ready this morning? Do you not, sweet?
No.
But it's been a funny old 6 months, a really strange 6 months. A real roller coaster, lots of introspection, lots of pulling back from the running ahead stuff, creating really solid foundations. There's lots of things that have been happening in the background as well. Lots of family stuff that's happened. You know, we've had a bereavement during that in the last 6 months. It's been a really strange kind of roller coaster. We've had the biggest event we've ever run, the biggest launch we've ever launched. We sold out of events. Like, it's just been insane. We're taking up space in a global capacity now, starting to get international gigs that are coming through, international speaking opportunities for me to go and take IATQB and everything that we're doing as a community over to other countries now. It's just been a little bit insane. So what I do at this point of the year is not only do I reconvene with my team and have a look at, where it is that we're going, what it is that we're doing, but also we look at the overall plan for the business, kind of have a look at the last 6 months. Have we done everything that we said that we're going to do? What needs tweaking? Where do we kind of need to run towards? And also, what does the next 6 to 12 months look like? So that's been changing a little bit with the more international stuff that's been coming through. There's been some opportunities come up to do some work over in LA. And we've got to make sure that we build that, with plenty of time to scope out, but also how do we do it and keep me safe? How do we do it and keep, the work that we're doing as a family heading in the right direction? So we're kind of at that point where things are really starting to take off. But at the point things are really starting to take off, there's going to be more travel that's involved. What does that look like? How do I do that safely? How do I not burn myself out? So it's a really good time of the year for me to start reflecting on that. That the year's going really well from a business perspective, better from a personal perspective. How do we maintain that momentum? How do we grow? How do we keep everyone safe and happy? So what I do at this point in the year for the wider community is I hold a series of as accessible as I can make them summer strategy sessions. So a day workshop with me for 397 plus VAT in so we do like a UK tour. So what we've learned in the past is that we put too many venues in, loads of you saying, oh, you need to do Newcastle, or you need to do Leamington Spa, or you need to do Enniskillen, or wherever. However, if I put loads and loads of dates in, it's really hard for me to sell all of those dates, for me to fill all of those dates. And that's quite a big undertaking, as well as the amount of travel that's involved, as well as the amount of energy that's involved. So we've chosen 4 from north to south, 4 venues in July where you can seize the opportunity to come and spend the day with me working on the strategy for your business. So for those of you that have had strategy days with me before, or if indeed you have been to a Summit Swarm before, let me know in the comments. They're really good days for you to zoom all the way out, reflect on what's been going on over the past 6 months, and really get your teeth into the next 12 months of your business. Really make sure that you've got your hand on the rudder, right? That you're really making sure that you're steering in the right direction. Because I think at this point, it's very easy to kind of let the year run away with you. So it's a good chance to kind of pull back the laces a little bit, get on a hold of all the strings that are involved in the running of your business. So Wally, I know that you don't want to be on camera, but can you give me the dates?
Yes.
Will you share them with us?
You can hold them up there.
You can hold them up there. I'm going to show you. He's holding them there. Look, there's the little map. So we're going to start in Manchester on the 21st of July. So that's Friday, the 21st of July. Then we've got London on Monday, the 24th of July. We've got Glasgow on the Wednesday, the 26th of July. Birmingham on the Thursday, the 27th of July, which actually ties in really well. If you're coming to Nick James's event with us, if you're coming to Underground, which is an event that I'm speaking at as part of the whole Expert Empires umbrella and the Expert Empires family. I'm Nick James's public speaking coach. He's bringing together all of his mentors and sharing them at this event. So each of his mentors have got a keynote that they're going to share with you, and you're going to learn loads from it. If you want more details and tickets for that, please do give me a shout. But for those of you that are coming with me to that, because I'm taking a load of clients with us to that, then actually, if you want to do the day before, then you want to work on like strategy specifically for your business, it might not be a bad shout to come and jump onto the Swarm the day before. So I've tried to the team have tried to make it so that it makes sense from a travel perspective. So already I think we've sold across those 4 sites, across those 4 venues and dates. 10 of the spaces have gone already. There's only 10 per venue. So you really need to get hot off the mark, quick off the mark. What's the word? What's the phrase? Hot off the mark.
Get a fucking wriggle on.
Get a fucking wriggle on. If you want to be a part of this year's Summer Swarm, so spaces are really, really limited, but they're such good days. If you have been on a Swarm before, pop on here and let us know what your experiences was. We have a full day, so from 9:30 till 4 in the afternoon, 4:30 in the afternoon. We really look at all your product suite, look at when you're selling it, how you're selling it, what does the run-up look like, what does your visibility look like, all of that sort of stuff. What is your messaging? Really gives you a chance to hold that space, to part the tide for the day, and to have my eyes and ears, sleeves up in and on your business with you as well. So yeah, it's a really fun few days, really fun kind of tour of the UK. I'm absolutely knackered by the end of it, but we have a great laugh. And then you will be pleased to know I'm taking 2 whole weeks off in the summer. So first 2 weeks in August, I am taking out of the business and either going on holiday, but with us doing the decorating, we might not do that now. We might have a staycation. So plan a series of days out or maybe go out to the caravan. What do you reckon? What should we do for our 2 weeks off now? We're decorating and we're kind of in the throes of it. He doesn't know.
Nothing.
Nothing. It was like, I think what I keep coming back to, I don't know if you saw my what's the word? If you saw my status yesterday, like I 100% believe I can take over the world. No doubt. I just need a nap. Like the amount of times we've said, we'll just stay in bed. In fact, this is as close as we've got, isn't it?
Yeah.
We just stay in
Let's put
bed.
Vikings on.
We're just going to put Vikings on. We've got one-to-ones. So whilst the decorators are in here today, I'm going to head over to the caravan to do my one-to-ones, make sure that all my clients are looked after whilst we're having the work done on the house. But yeah, I know we're late to the party, but we've been watching Vikings, haven't we?
Again, well, I've watched it.
You watched it first time round. But has anyone watched Vikings? Like I don't know whether I've done this the right way around or not. Watch The Last Kingdoms first with Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Is that was his name?
Uhtred of Bebbanburg.
Uhtred of Bebbanburg. But I'm like down with the whole Viking thing now. And it's been our like evening binge watch, like getting through as many episodes of Vikings, but I am here for it. Like I'm here for the whole Shield Maiden situation. Like, has anyone else watched that series? It's so good. It's so good. So today's Wednesday, and we don't have a guest on today's show. But what I want to do is I want to open the floor to you lovely people. So what I want to know from you today, as we're taking a little bit of space and doing things a little bit differently, is if you had a piece of advice for somebody in business right now who is brand new, what would that piece of advice be? Wally?
Yeah.
If you had a piece of advice for somebody starting out in business right now, what would that one piece of advice be? I've put him on spot.
Get all of your social media handles to be the same.
I like that one. Get all of your social media handles to be the same. So when you've kind of got the name for your business sorted and all of that sort of stuff, sense check it against Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you're going to hang out, Twitter, for anybody that goes on Twitter anymore. You're like a granddad.
Why am I like a granddad?
On the Twitter.
I like Twitter.
Tweeting the tweets.
I like tweets.
But making sure that your handle is as close to your business name, like it should be your business name, across all of the different social media handles, across all of the social media platforms. That way, you've just got one handle across the board, and it makes it easy for people to find you. That is a good one. I like it. Amy Blaney, what are you saying? Don't fucking compare yourself to anyone. Same boat, different journey. No two waves will be the same, right? Absolutely. Or it might be the same, like we're all on the same journey, but we're in different boats, right? Some people might be in a massive, big fucking cruise ship. Some people might be on a little rowboat. And it's all good because we've all got each other's backs, certainly within this community. Don't allow your knowledge of self. Oh, I like this. Don't allow your knowledge of self-development let you assign labels to every emotion that you feel and create blocks that are not fucking necessary. I like that one. So that's something that I've definitely experienced. Sometimes I just need to sit with how I feel, and that sometimes there's not a label assigned to that emotion. Something just feels off, right? Something just feels strange. Like I had that experience over the weekend. There was a situation I didn't know how to articulate how I felt about it, so I just had to sit with it until such a time where I could. And there was no one thing. I wasn't mad, I wasn't sad, I wasn't angry, I just felt something and I couldn't articulate it. It didn't feel right, and I needed to wait until I'd sat with that for a little while so that I could move through it. That is a very interesting one. I really love that. And I think that when we are in this sort of space of personal development and self-development, one of the things that we do is we try and logic our way through everything, or we try and kind of personal develop our way through it all. And actually, sometimes just sitting in it a little bit safely with safe people, or safely on your own is the thing that's absolutely necessary. What else? There's a few of you watching this morning. What other, somebody just starting out, right? So I work with lots of people who are just starting out in business. I work thousands of people who are already established. Bless you.
Thanks.
That was very quiet for you.
Well, I tried to be, didn't I? You're on a live.
It just did a quiet sneeze. I don't know if anybody else has got a partner whose sneezes sound like a nuclear explosion. That's how Wallace's sneezes sound. It was very quiet for you. I'm very impressed. I think he's just
underwhelming.
burst his eardrums in the process holding it in. You're going to write a book on it. Yeah, it's not a bad shout. What was I saying then? So as part of the Fly Anyway Foundation, you know, we help businesses that are just starting out, and it's really nice to have insight from you guys as, you know, what are your top tips? What do you wish someone had told you? I wish, well, maybe someone did tell me, but I didn't believe them, that it really is a roller coaster, that, you know, we really expect success to be kind of an upward trajectory, like a linear thing, and it just isn't. And even when you're on the roller coaster, even when it's kind of taking a dip, you've got to remind yourself that that is the nature of it, and everything is transient. So the highs are going to be absolutely fantastic, but they are transient. The lows are going to be transient. They're going to be there though. So when you're in the middle of them, it's almost digging into to say, okay, this is natural, this is a normal part of the process. So then how do we assist the transients? How do we assist going from here to here? How do we then move through it? That it's hard work. Expect to work lots of hours. Yes, Sarah, and I think that it isn't for the faint-hearted, is it? You know, we have lots of people that are in the online space that kind of share this, you know, you should only be doing like a 3-day work week, or, you know, yeah, it's nice work when you can get it. It isn't as romantic as you're led to believe. It is hard work. And when you start a business, you're pushing a stationary car. And if you think about when you've got a car that you're pushing to get it going, it takes more energy on the front end, and then it gets a bit easier, right? So yeah, it's definitely not as romantic as we are led to believe. What about practical stuff? What practical stuff? I am glad that when I first started my business, I understood the importance of networking, that I understood that I needed to take my idea out to meet people. Yeah, and to actually, and in doing that allowed me to articulate what I did more and more and more, and that embedded it and helped me know it better, help me process it better, but also help people know who I was. And speaking was massively impactful. If I look at the speaking specifically, and this is not just me selling my wares, but I look at my social media in the last week and a half, like since Atomicon, my followers have gone up by 300, like that. Normally it's normally incrementally every day, like a couple, like we'll gain 2, lose 1, gain 3, lose 2, and it'll kind of climb like that. Speaking gig or networking gig, there's always a big jump in the people that are following what it is that I do. So knowing the importance of not just, and me and Sarah White was talking about this on Friday, she was sharing something, a program of work at the moment, and she'd done our social media post, and she's like, well, I've got no bites. But actually consistently telling people about things, going to places and telling people about the things that you're doing pays off dividends. Charlotte Clark, my angel, find people on a similar journey to you. Your friends and family may not get it. That's really hard. I'm really lucky. It took you a while, didn't it?
What?
To understand that this was going to be a thing, that IATQB was going to be a thing, and
Yes, because it
wasn't tangible in the first instance.
Mm.
What was the point for you? Because Wallace works with the business now, so Wallace works as a key, like he has 2 very large roles within the business, and one is the graphic design. So anything that you see, Wallace will have designed it and will have created it. So from logos to web pages, everything, merchandise, everything that you see that's IATQB, Wallace is like the keeper of the brand. Any sort of like what's the word? Like the title sequence to the short Rise Up show. And when we move into Patreon, when we move the show into Patreon, you'll see he will have created all of that. And then the other bit of Wallace's role is everything technical. So website, like creating products on Kartra and stuff like that, from a technical point of view. So like right at the very beginning, once he saw that it was a tangible thing, he was like, okay, right, we can get behind this. And then as soon as it started to grow, then it becomes a no-brainer. Then he's just part of the business and we can see how it works. But for people that are on the periphery, still some of them don't know what it is that I do. You lot do, like we do. But yeah, it was only I think it was the first launch where you realised we were onto something, isn't it? We launched Be Heard and Be Inspired for the first time. And I remember him laughing at me because of the prices that we were charging, which are, by the way, if I was to launch Be Heard and Be Inspired at the prices that we originally did, we'd be out of business. As it was insane. Absolutely insanely cheap when we look at it. But at the time, we was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're charging that much of the people that would actually pay that much to like work with you, Dan. Like, what even is it that you do? And we did that first launch and we'd done the work and I'd done the work on the launch and made sure I built the audience and made sure that I had a really great proposition, all of these sorts of things. And then we started to make the money. And then it was like, okay, this is a thing now, right? And that was the point of realization for us. That's because you're interested and get their attention. Who's that? What did I say to that, Sarah? Sarah, I'm in a bit of a dip of negativity, so make sure you record your small wins. Yes, have a wins board or wins jar, whatever it is. Reflect at the end of every work day. How have you moved the needle? That helps me some days, especially in the last few weeks. Even though outwardly there've been some massive wins, sort of like speaking at Atomicon, for example, some amazing conversations that I've had. About speaking gigs and getting more followers. Yeah, but still, even just by going to speak to more people, you can say when you're having that conversation, get your phone out, give us a little follow. And the more conversations that you have with that, like, I know it's very manual, but it definitely grows your audience easier than just going, hi, give me a follow on social media. So when outwardly it looks like lots of big things are happening, they are, but that sometimes takes me away from doing the bread and butter, from doing the sales, from doing the, implementation of certain things that need doing from a foundational point of view. And then I feel like I've not achieved anything. So writing down those wins and I was on a coaching call with my coach, Sherry Teagman, yesterday. And she was like, you need to realize that everything you're doing is a winner. Everything you're doing is a winner. So that everything steps forward. One of the other pieces of advice I wish I'd have grabbed hold of is that we overestimate what we can do in a couple of months and underestimate what we can do over the course of 2 years. IATQB next week is 4 years old and it's insane what we've created. Absolutely insane. But sometimes I feel like the needle just isn't moving. So writing down those wins. The biggest thing has been, so Sarah's saying, the biggest thing has been surrounding myself with my people to pick me up when I'm down. Yes, absolutely. So any other bits of advice for people that are just starting out on this Wise Up Wednesday? Pop them in the comments, follow along. If you think of some later on, come onto the live and pop them on comments here. If you don't already, do us a favor, go and give us a little cheeky follow over on Instagram. We're doing lots of things, lots of our Clue content's coming out now. We've been working really hard with Inge and the team at Clue Content Creation Agency to create some really cool content. We're really kind of setting the bar with what we are putting out there. So I'd love to know what you think. Go and give us a follow at the Queen Bee Danny if you don't already. And if you want to know more about the Summer Strategy Swarms, it's very Sibyllus that she sells seashells on the seashore.
Indeed.
It's very Sibyllus. The Summer Strategy Swarms, then please go to. My advice is to trust yourself. You are more than you think you are. Ali, do you know what? It's a hard one, isn't it? Like learning how to trust yourself. It's a really difficult one, but it's so powerful. So you can go to, is it on the website at thequeenbee.co.uk?
What?
The Swarm?
Nope.
No, it's not, but it is on my link tree on Instagram. So you can get the link there.
Summer Swarm 23.
It's what?
bit.ly
bit.ly /
Summer
Swarm 2023. That feels long. Go to any of the posts that are on my profile.
You feel long.
And you're fucking mad. So if you go to my profile and or the Queen Bee Danny page here on Facebook and or the post that I'm about to do on LinkedIn and or the Hive, there will be a link to book onto the Summer Swarm. Just a reminder of those dates again. We're kicking off in Manchester What are you doing?
I need to put a code in to open
Why
my
do you
WhatsApp,
need
so that I can look at the pictures.
Why do you need to put a code in to open your
You can't remember your
WhatsApp?
own dates.
Why do you need to put a code in on WhatsApp?
Because it's every so often you have to put a code in to
I
keep it
don't.
safe.
That's very strange.
Well, that's because none of your fucking shit is safe.
Anyway, so we're starting in Manchester on the 21st of July. Then we're going up to, no, we're not. We're going down to London on Monday, the 24th of July. Then up to Glasgow on the 26th of July, Wednesday, the 26th of July, finishing off in Birmingham on the 27th of July. So any one of them dates work for you, any of those locations work for you, go to the Queen Bee Danny page on Facebook, go into the Hive, go onto my personal profile, click on that link. There's any post that's sort of speaking to the swarm. It'll be in your emails as well. I know an email went out yesterday with a few more details on. If you want to come and work with me in the most cost-effective way possible, one-to-one strategy days with me are £2,000 plus VAT. It's only £397 plus VAT for a day. You, me, 9 other incredible human beings. We get to be the hands at each other's backs, get all that planning in place. You will walk away with a plan. There is swag. There's always swag, and a lovely lunch to boot, and drinks afterwards as well. So come and join us on the Summer Swarm. Let's get your plan in place for the next 6 months. Happy summer solstice. I hope you have an absolute belter today. Come in and check in with me on Friday. I will be in Birmingham on Friday with the incredible Joe McMeekin from Send Story. We are working currently on our inclusivity policies as part of IATQB, something we're actively doing. So we've got our inclusivity implementation day where we are formalising all of our inclusivity plans and processes going forward, which is really, really, really exciting. So we can share more with you about that, how we're becoming even more accessible, even more inclusive, what our plans are if we are not already to make those things happen. I'm looking forward to welcoming even more incredible human beings into the IATQB community. Make sure you go and tell people about it. Follow me on the Instagram at the Queen Bee Danny. Do us a solid. Tell your communities to come and follow us as well. We all do well when we all do well. We are making this community official. The first week in July. Keep your peepers peeled as we move the show at Rise Up Show, and loads of other incredible membership perks. We're moving that over there in the next couple of weeks. So hold on tight. I'm excited to bring all that to you. I'm excited to grow our community officially now, and everything that comes along with that. Have a belter of a day, and I'll see you on Friday for more Showing Up, Wising Up and Rising Up. I'll see you later.